I have storage space now since I deleted the videos that I've already uploaded to YouTube. Um, the train of thought did get derailed, but I'm going to try and pick back where I left off. So, the chain of events that would point towards free will would be mind produces thought that is being dictated to the body to do something. Like in my case, the average experience of my day would be the thought comes like, let's drive 100 some odd miles for 2 hours to go to this next town or place that I'm interested in going in. And so, what could be a logical conclusion is that the thought that I made, my body listened to, and me and, brain, body did that together. um, but then, what sort of like kind of really ruins that completely, just like no, that really isn't totally solid, like, is that I could see pretty clearly that for the most part, um, if not the whole entire part, I have like very, very little, like if any, I'm saying, control over my thoughts that I'm having. They just like come, to me. And I more get to be the one who decides if I give these thoughts like attention, and basically. But it's not like I could just outright shut the door and it couldn't even get in the first place. So, uh, yeah, either way, but I'm not like tripping about this because I'm not very attached to like, I want it to be one way, I want it to be the other. I'm more like, I would rather just know which way is like true, like what's the truth, and then we could just go from there. It doesn't matter to me which way it is because I'm going to be fine either way. And legitimately, I don't think it would change my experience at all because, like, I've lived in such a way where I was very attached to either way, thinking that really how it was. And now I'm more like, well, leaning towards the like, it's all just a dream, really, so just enjoy it. And I just feel lucky, just lucky and blessed or graced by the universe itself to be having such a good experience that, like, it's not like I put a whole lot of like thought into this. Like, I just kind of did it and I'm just kind of doing it, and it's just like working out really well. It's like I just took a huge leap of faith and was like, of course, I was like a little worried about it like right before I left, and probably for the first like 4 or 5 days maybe, but not at all now. Like now, this whole wandering off and stepping into the unknown thing, like very consistently, like nearly every day, like always turning the corner to the next thing I haven't seen yet, the new place I haven't been. Like, yeah, that doesn't worry me or like, I don't know. This is like a very extremely like stress-free lifestyle. Like, I feel like a totally different person from when I left. Like, night and day. Night and day. Um, so much better. I don't know how to put it. Like, I was doing some, for like a year straight, some 9 to 5 work that was what everyone, was telling me, like, oh, that's such a good job. You're gonna be able to get a nice new car and be able to rent a snazzy bachelor apartment, and one day you'll be able to afford to buy a house in Santa Cruz, California, raise a little family of chitlins, some little Santa Cruz lokes on their surfboards and their skater doodles. But nah, dude, like, that job fucking sucked. I hated it every single minute. I was so miserable. Like, I couldn't even begin to describe it. And now, like, looking back, like, it was totally, the door was wide open for me to, never stray away from that path. And just work that job until I could collect my pension. But that would have been a solid, like, 30 some odd years of just never being happy. Like, goddamn, like, sure, in the material sense, just about own the world. And we're still talking like a job of like 35 grand a year about after taxes, which is like, I don't know, depending on your perspective, that could be like, that's okay. Or like, but to me, it was like, that's like rich. Like, maybe I would be thinking differently if I had a family to support, but otherwise, to me, I'm like, that's a lot of money. Like, that's more than I couldn't imagine needing more, basically. Because I saved so much, and that's part of the reason why I'm able to do this. So I'm glad I had the experience of doing that, but I'm also glad it was only as long as it was, because it's really draining me. And anyways, so the thing, I guess, that why I'm saying all that is last night, for the first time in a long time, like after I had that other kind of thought process I was talking about, I just started to feel like everything is okay and everything is fine. And this also has a lot to do with something I just went through that was like just horrible and awful, that happened back home while I'm out here on the road, that I think any human with, like, you know, who's not a sociopath or a psychopath, like feeling normal emotions, basically, like would have had a really rough time going through this. So I feel like going through it and being better on the other side just really like strengthened and empowered me somehow. And so I just started to feel like everything is fine, everything is okay. There's obviously things going on in the world that I don't agree with, and I wish weren't happening, and I wish if I could do something about it that I, could, I guess. But still, just ultimately, I'm just okay with whatever's going on. It's like, it's fine. Like, I'm fine. My whole situation's fine. And I just don't know how to describe it, but it was like stepping out of this like cloudy thing that's like really dark and it doesn't feel good, into something just like light and beautiful and like just seems so right. And like, I don't know how to describe it, but I just know there was this little thing kind of crept up that was like, oh, this is so good. Like, this is so, I can't lose this. I can't let this go away. This has to be here. And then, like, that whole kind of thought process just sort of starts that cloud creeping back in. But then it's like, well, wait a minute, I thought everything was fine. I thought everything was okay. So this coming in right now, this is fine and this is okay. I'm not against this negative emotion, or I'm not against this part of me that desperately just wants the happiness to stick around all the way to the point that it actually leads to unhappiness. But just allowing that to be there and being okay with it made it like, I don't know, everything's just okay. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, this is kind of the direction I've gone with this in this episode. That's really cool. Oh, God. yeah, so I checked out Boulder and that was really cool. I like Boulder a lot. It's another town that reminds me of my hometown. Their little downtown mall is really cool to walk around and like people watch. I like that a lot. At some point here, probably tomorrow now, because I'm kind of having another day where I'm like, I'm just chilling here. But anyways, check this out. This is really cool too. I got this map. Not my idea. Totally stole this idea from that couple I met that I talked about before. So thanks for giving me the idea. But this is a map that I've drawn a little line that shows the route I've taken so far. I'm not exactly there. It's not exactly perfect either for offshoots and such. But anyways, I just thought that was cool, and I'll eventually add in a previous trip that I've already taken. And yeah.